David, he's only trying to help.
Why won't he answer me?
Because I didn't see anybody, I just heard someone.
You heard a voice?
No, just footsteps.
Yeah, hold on a minute. Back up a little bit, all right?
Where to?
The beginning. I want it all. Don't leave anything out.
I was on the docks on my way home from work.
What do you do?
I'm a projectionist at the Orpheum Theater. I put the last reel on and I left early. The manager closes up for me 2 nights a week.
What was the picture?
Oh, who gives a damn?
Well, I was just curious.
It's called Starry Night, about some crazy painter who cut his ear off or something.
Let's get back to the point, will we now? You are on your way home from work, right?
All right. And usually I don't see anybody on that particular route, especially on a night like that night. It was foggy and cold. You know how it was.
Yeah, we know.
Oh, well, where did you first see Laura?
Well, in the phone booth, like I told Mr. Kelly.
Look, forget Kelly. You're talking to me.
All right. I saw her in the phone booth, and she looked a little shaken.
Shaken? What do you mean, shaken?
Upset. Lost, kind of. She said she was trying to reach her husband or her parents because the phones on her boat were out of order. I guess she lives on a boat around here.
You guessed right. Now, what else?
Well, only that if she didn't reach anybody, she'd go over to Kelly's.
That's it?
Yeah. Oh, no, she did say that if that she was all right, that she'd be okay. Otherwise, I would have walked her over to Kelly's.
Then she didn't seem scared or anything, like maybe somebody was following her?
No, she just seemed a little anxious. But on a foggy night like that, everyone's jumpy.
So what happened next?
I started off.
But something made you stop.
Right. It was, you know, a feeling I had. Something made me look back. And I saw Laura leave the phone booth, and I guess she went over to Kelly's.
You guess?
Well, yeah, it was so foggy I couldn't see. That's when I heard the footsteps.
Laura's?
No, they weren't hers.
How could you tell?
They were heavier, like a man's footsteps. I'm almost sure of it.
Did you see anyone?
No, it was too foggy. But it sounded to me like the man was going after Laura.
You got good hearing.
You need it if you're a movie projectionist.
Well, did the man's footsteps catch up to Laura?
No, didn't sound like it. But I did hear them both stop once at the same time, like he might have been following her, but keeping his distance.
No screams, no yells?
No, nothing like that.
Well, didn't you wonder what was going on?
Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, I did. I even decided to follow her to see if she might need some help. But by the time I got to the place I heard the footsteps, no one was in sight.
So apparently your sense of direction isn't as good as your sense of hearing.
I guess not.
What time did all of this take place?
Oh, the last reel went on at 11, so it was a little bit after that. 11:15, maybe.
That's about the right time.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry for roughing you up.
Yeah, that's all right. I only wish I could have been of more help to you.
Yeah, so do I.
Now, can I go now? We got a matinee today.
Go.
See you, Mr. Scorpio. Ma'am?
You know, man's footsteps, that's not very much to go on, Robert.
But it's something. It wasn't 2, 3, 4, or 5 sets of footsteps, just one. Which means whoever was after her was on his own.
Does that really make a difference?
Yeah, makes a big difference.
Think about it.
Yeah, but you didn't do anything.
Yeah, but there's only one person who can prove that.
Laura Spencer.
Laura Spencer. And if she doesn't show up, I am in big trouble.
Just because you were in Port Charles the night of her disappearance?
That and anything else David might dream up.
David? What do you mean?
This whole thing could be a setup.
Oh, well, I thought you said earlier it was just a coincidence.
I said I'm hoping it's a coincidence.
Well, why would David want to frame him?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Gosh, when I got into all this mess, I thought it would be fun, and now it's really getting scary.
Tell me about it.
You know, maybe we should just pull out of this thing before it gets worse.
No, it's too late to pull out now. Besides, there's too much money involved, and you want it just as much as I do.
No, I don't. Not if it means being involved in a murder or a kidnapping or something crazy like that.
Darling, that is not gonna happen to you. Look, first of all, David knows that he needs me, all right? And he doesn't even know about you. So if you just stay out of sight, everything's gonna be okay.
What about my sister?
Well, what about her?
She's looking for me.
Look, don't worry. She's not gonna find you.
Right. She's only an investigative reporter. Look, if she tracks down that house and doesn't find me there, she's not going to quit looking.
You know, you could have an idea.
Yeah. I know I'm right because I know my sister, and she just won't give up.
All right, then we got to get her off your trail.
And that won't be easy.
Look, it will if you call her and tell her that everything is fine and just go home.
But then she'll want to know where I am.
Okay, then tell her. Look, tell her everything is fine and you're okay and you just want her to go home, okay? But just don't tell her where this place is, okay? Come on. Call her.
Like there's got to be room for the whole family, you know what I mean?
Well, just how many members are there in your family, Mr. Meadow?
Call me Rusty, everybody does. Oh, I'd say we're up to about 100 now.
In your family?
Yeah, one big happy family. There's the group, backup vocalists, groupies, road managers, my producer and his old lady, and the roadies. Got to have lots of room for the roadies. They like to break things.
I see.
Looks like nobody's home.
Well, I'll just use this key Dr. Quartermain gave me. I'm sure it'll be all right.
Man, this is, spacey.
Spacey?
Yeah, you know, like, spacey.
Well, yes, it is quite spacious.
What are the neighbors like?
The neighbors? Oh, they're lovely people. Very quiet.
No, that's not what I'm worried about. It's going to be how they dig us. Last place I lived, one of the neighbors went after my drummer with a shotgun.
Oh, my. Why would he do that?
I don't know. I guess he couldn't appreciate good music.
Well, the neighbors here are far enough away that I don't think there'll be any problem.
Servants in this house. Somebody could answer the damn door.
Oh, hello. Mr. Quartermain?
Who are you? And what in tarnation is that?
I'm sorry, I should have introduced myself. I'm Hazel Moss, and this is Rusty Metal, who I'm sure needs no introduction.
What he needs is a good tailor.
Oh, I thought we buried those attitudes in the 60s.
Well, fortunately, some of us survived.
You don't like, come with the house, do you?
Young man, I live here.
Well, look, I'm sorry, Gramps, but I already got a live-in butler. And, she's, 19 and liberated, if you catch my drift.
I don't want to have anything to do with your drift. Madam, would you mind telling me what is the meaning of this intrusion?
I have an appointment with Mrs. Quartermain, and since nobody answered the door, I just came along in with Mr. Metal.
I'm Rusty Metal of Rusty Metal and the Corrosion. The hottest new group of the decade.
Don't tell me that Lila has invested in you.
I don't know who this, Lila is.
Lila is my wife, and you're just one of the strays that she's been parading through this house. First there was that loony Lutz creature, and then those two old hens from off the farm with their preserves. And now you,
A star, man, an 80s sensation.
Mr. Quartermain, Mrs. Quartermain gave me a key and said to let ourselves in if she wasn't here.
Yes. Oh, now she's giving away keys, is she? Well, if that's not grounds for insanity, I don't know what is.
But Mr. Quartermain...
No, that's quite all right. Just make yourselves at home. Don't mind me. I'm just a poor, measly old man. The women make all the decisions around here.
Right on.
What did you say?
I said, like, right on. Far out. It's about time we let women out of the closet.
Out of the kitchen, you mean, though?
Well, it's all the same thing. Cast off the shackles of yesterday, shoulder to shoulder, and,
Good Lord.
into
now
the
he's
fray.
quoting Mary Poppins, huh?
It's a great flick. You know, I've seen it 10 times. It gets better every time.
What is the name of your record?
Ugly Feet.
Oh, Ugly Feet. And we're worried about the state of today's youth.
Whew. That's a strange dude.
That is Mr. Edward Quartermain. He's a very important businessman.
Well, so was my father until he blew it all investing in trash compactors. Now he's working for me.
As your accountant? Your business manager?
My chauffeur. Hey, let's take a look at the rest of this pad. Already I see I'm going to have to make some changes before it's livable.
Luke's got too many enemies. It could be anybody.
Don't forget, half those enemies are now mine, too, and we have to check out every possibility.
Starting where? Oh, your friend Kirk. Yeah.
Already checked him. He was in New York at the time of the disappearance, and he has check stubs to prove it.
Then you did talk to him.
Some world security friends of mine delivered him.
Well, did you find out why Helena Cassadine sent him to Port Charles?
Mm-hmm. To retrieve an heirloom left in the hold. Helena backed up the story herself.
Helena Cassadine? You actually talked to her?
Dan Rooney did.
Well, couldn't they have just gotten their stories fixed before? Do you think?
Possibly, but the point is that Kurt was in New York at the time of Laura's disappearance, and that's all that matters.
Well, scratch Kurt, then.
And the mouse.
Which leaves Scotty Baldwin, who has already got an alibi, according to Luke.
Is that it? I mean, I could have sworn we had more enemies than that.
Well, there was the Frank Smith mob, remember, that Luke's always talking about.
Not likely, love. They wouldn't have taken this long to move against him. Wait just a minute.
What?
This morning when I was waiting for Kurt, something kept going over in my mind.
What? Tell me.
Well, this thing kept surfacing. You remember that Laura mentioned, spoke about this character that scared her so much?
Oh, the guy with the sapphire ring, of course.
Right, and like a bunch of idiots, nobody believed her. I mean, Luke thought she was paranoid.
You know, but a sapphire ring is not very much to go on. Did she say anything else to you about him?
Just that he was tall and had piercing eyes.
Think we can find him?
Realistically speaking, it won't be easy.
But it is possible.
Anything's possible.
Then we have to try, Robert. Okay. He's tall, piercing eyes, and a sapphire ring. Well, he's out there someplace. All we have to do is find him.
All right, don't say anything about me, David, or the project.
Yeah, I won't.
All right, just tell her you're fine and to go right on home.
I will.
No, just leave.
It's her answering machine.
All right, just leave the message. She'll pick it up eventually. Darling, what are you doing? I told you to leave the message.
I didn't have to. She left a message for me to call her at the Croydon Hotel.
That's close by.
Yeah, I better call her.
No, don't.
Why? I mean, she's going to be looking for me, and you don't want her to show up here, do you?
Okay, all right, go ahead and call her. But make sure she doesn't ask too many questions, okay? Tell her just to go home and you're fine.
Am I? Hello? Hi, sis.
Laura, where are you? I've been worried sick.
I'm okay.
What's going on? I got your message, and I thought...
I said I'm okay.
But you're in trouble. I can tell from your voice. You're in trouble again.
It's nothing, really. I was walking on the dock, and it was foggy, and I got panicked, and that's all there is to it. And I'm sorry I brought you all the way out here for nothing, but you can go back to New York.
Not until I see you.
Well, what difference will that make? I mean, I told you everything's all right.
Something's going on.
Nothing is going on.
Stop trying to fool me. We're not kids anymore.
Jackie.
I want to see you. Now. Now.
All right. I'll meet you in the hotel in about half an hour.
Room 325.
Right.
Where are you calling from?
Never mind that.
Laura, I want to know.
Listen, I'll see you in half an hour.
What are you doing?
You heard what I said. I'm going to our hotel.
Are you crazy?
Look, I didn't have a choice.
Look, you could have made something up. I mean, you could tell her you were at the airport about to catch a plane. Something, anything.
You don't know my sister.
Look, you keep saying that, but I mean, I don't know. I don't see what difference it makes.
She's stubborn and she's determined. And she said she wouldn't leave until she saw me.
I don't believe this.
Look, it's not such a big deal. Will you quit worrying? I'll go over and I'll show her I'm all right. She'll be out of our hair.
Look, there's got to be a better way.
There isn't.
Look, what are you going to say to her once you get there?
Nothing.
Nothing, huh? Well, what about the project or David or me? She's going to ask, you know.
And I'll answer her. I've got a new boyfriend I'm visiting. He's a starving actor. No, a starving writer. And she'll have no choice but to believe that. I'm always hanging around worthless drifters.
Oh, thanks.
I didn't mean that.
Mm.
I'll make her believe me. I'll make sure of that.
She didn't believe you on the phone.
Yeah, but she'll believe me this time.
I'm coming with you. Come on.
No, really, it's not necessary.
Look, darling, it's dangerous out there. Remember what happened the last time.
Now, listen to me. You said yourself that David didn't know I was here. And if he were to see you with me, he'd know, wouldn't he?
Look, that's not the point.
It is the point. And you know that better than anyone else.
Okay, all right, go. But just be careful. Watch out for busy streets and crowds and all that stuff. Okay?
I will.
Okay, give us a kiss. Okay. Now, I want you... Baby, you're trembling.
It's cold in here.
It's going to be a lot colder outside.
Yeah, well, I can take care of myself.
Okay. Now, listen, I want you to give that sister of yours one hell of a performance, okay?
I will.
See ya.
Headlines. The last thing my weak heart needs. The press will murder us.
All right, calm down, Mickey, calm down.
My hottest client in 10 years, and you tell me to calm down? Tell me it's a joke, it's a put-on, it's a mistake. Tell me, will you?
What's this guy doing here?
Well, I thought New York might have some information, so I called Mickey.
That's right, and I caught the first plane up here.
And you can get the next plane out of here, because we don't need your help. And the last person Luke needs to see is anybody connected with the Star Eyes campaign.
Hey, buddy, you're not getting rid of me that easy. I've got an investment to protect here. I just hope if the sponsor hears about it, he thinks it's a publicity stunt.
It isn't a publicity stunt, is it?
Not one I arranged.
Then who else could have arranged it?
No one without my approval.
Yeah, he's right, darling. And besides, I think Laura would have told us if she'd been involved in something like that, don't you?
Has anybody in New York heard from her? Well, has anything out of the ordinary happened?
Nothing. Oh, wait. Just one thing.
Yeah, come on, I'm waiting.
I called Mel, the still photographer she worked with on her last day in New York. It seems that he disappeared, too.
Well, what do you mean, disappeared?
Well, his phone's been disconnected, and his studio's locked up.
Well, maybe he's out of town.
Sure, he could be on vacation or something. I mean, he's a freelancer, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what got me thinking.
About what?
Well, I don't know how to put this delicately, but I know Mel. See, I know him very well. He's a smooth character, and he's not bad looking either.
Oh, that's an understatement, darling. The man is gorgeous.
Hey, what's the point here?
I don't know how to tell you this, but sometimes a rapport builds between a model and her photographer.
A rapport?
You know, both working in such close proximity. Attachments are bound to form. One thing leads to the next, and before you know it, they disappear together for a few days on a boat. They get out.
Hey, wait, relax now. Just settle down. We all want to find Laura, don't we? Each of us has a vested interest in her.
In my case, 10% of a hot property.
You keep your mouth shut, or so help me, I'll do it for you.
Hey, friend. I was only making a joke.
I'm in no mood for jokes. She's been gone for 2 days now.
It's almost 3, darling. It's getting very dark outside.
It's dark already. Where is she?